Hello everyone, and welcome again to another episode of our tutorial series, The Beginner Guide. Welcome guys, and thank you for watching these episodes. Thank you for watching this series, and I hope you hit the subscribe button and like if you do like what we do actually. And let's get started in this episode, right? Moving on to this side here, I want to talk about layers for now. As you may notice before, when I create a shape, let me hide this one here, click here, I will resize this shape here, just make it like this. You will notice it changed into a circle, right? This happens because we have a radius bigger than the size of our rounded rectangle. That's why it's exactly a circle, because this is 50 radius here, 50 radius here, 50 radius here, and 50 radius here. This is why we have this circle here. I will make a shape. Let me just click on this layer here, another shape here. Let's give it a different color here, and let's make another shape here, and let me pick this one, and not an ellipse, I will make this one here, something like this. Let's say something like this, okay? And let's give it another color to make them different from each one. So we have this one here, and we have this one here. So if you can exactly look, well, of course you can see it in the layers panel here. We have those different layers. We have these 1, 2, 3 layers here beside our previous layer here. We have those 3 layers here. When we use the shape tool or the pen tool, every time we make a new shape, it will create a new layer for our shape. So if I switch again into this polygon tool here, let's say, and I draw, I will make a new polygon layer here for our polygon shape here. And if I choose property, of course, and select this shape here, you will see that I don't have the property for the shapes options, right, like we had before, because you have to choose the U, and so you can make the difference you want for this tool here. So let me just make a different color so we can have different shapes here. So as you can see, we have here 4 layers created for us. This one, because every time we make a new shape, it will say to Photoshop that we want a new layer for our new shape, because the shape needs to be instantiated. I'm using I'm using a big word here, right? So let me just close this. And now I want you to focus with me on the layer panel here. As you can see, we have 1 layer for every shape we have in our document here. This is because when we create a shape, Photoshop creates automatically a layer for this shape, and if we make a new shape, it will make another layer for the other shape too, because for Photoshop, making a shape, it needs to be on its own layer, so we can control it better and we can modify it as we want. And if you want to add a shape to the same layer, you will need to do something like this. Let me, for example, select this circle here and move it just here. I will press U on my keyboard, and I will press this button here, it's shift. As you can see, it's exactly the same as we've seen using the marquee tool, the selection tool, and everything. If you press shift, you will have this plus sign here, and if you draw, you will add this shape to the other one. And if we press option or alt and we draw, we will take from those shapes, right? We've already seen those tools in the marquee tool and everything. So they are the same exactly, guys, as every tool. By now I'm pretty sure you will understand how to use the shift and alt buttons on your keyboard to combine and make complex shapes. This is basically how you can make anything you want in Photoshop or even in Illustrator. This is the basic tool. We will make a tutorial on Illustrator if you want, guys, later in this series. So for now, let's continue. As I said, if you want to make a selection and to add another shape to another layer, all you have to do is press Shift and or Alt to take or add a shape. So those are the layers, and the order of layers is really important. Let me show you here quickly. I will put this one here on top, and I will take this one. Let me take this one here. As you can see, it's already behind, so I will keep it here, and I will take this little rectangle here and move it in here. Move it here. So look at this layers panel here. This is my rectangle. This is my red rectangle. We can't see it for now because it's in the background. If you click and drag, you will see that I'm dragging this layer, right? I can replace its place between the other one. So if I drag it to the top, you will see that the rectangle now is on the top. I can see my rectangle here. And if I drag my polygon on the top, now we can see the polygon. I can make it here. I make it even behind and take this shape here and make it on top and everything. You can switch between the layers order. So the order in layers is really important. And to make a new layer, all you have to do is hit this button here. As you can see on the bottom corner here, we have this one here. It looks like a paper. It means that if you press, you will add a new layer, and the layer will be added in the place you are already selected. What does it mean? Let me show you. Let me delete this one here. If you click on this rounded rectangle here, let's say in this layer here, and I created a new layer, it will be created on top of the layer you selected. And if I didn't select any layer and make a new one, it will be created on the top. So remember this, guys. If you want to create a layer on top of something specific, you have to click it and make a layer on top of it. If you want to make a layer behind of it, well, it's easy, right? You have to click in the layer that exists on the bottom, right? And if you want to make it on the top, you can select the top layer, or just deselect everything and make a new one. Of course, you can make a new layer using shortcuts, right? So if you go to layers here, you will see this new, and we have this layer. You can make a new layer pressing this Shift Command N. You will make a new layer. So let's do it. Shift Command N, and we have this panel here. For you computer or PC folks, you have to do Shift Control N. So I have this window here. Now we can make a new name for our layer. We can choose to make a color for it, to make the mode normal or everything. We will talk about this stuff in the intermediate guide, guys, not for now. So we click OK, and we created a new layer. Of course, we can rename our layers like this too. If you just let me show you again. I did this. If you hover with your cursor on top of this paper here, and you press Option or Alt on your keyboard and click now on this paper, it will show you the same window here. So let's close this one here for now. And this is basically how we use layers. Of course, you can do anything with layers now, as you understand them. I want you guys to practice this and try to create new layers and make, I don't know, whatever you want. So see you in the next episode. Subscribe, like, and love you guys.